Imagine walking through the streets of Boston, and suddenly a 25-foot wave comes rushing toward you. But it's not water, it's molasses. And it's moving fast enough to destroy buildings and take lives. This actually happened. Today, we're breaking down one of the strangest and deadliest disasters in U.S. history, the Great Molasses Flood of 1919. And yes, it's just unbelievable as it sounds. It's January 15th, 1919, in Boston's North End. A massive steel tank sits near the waterfront. It holds over 2 million gallons of molasses. At the time, molasses wasn't just for baking. It was used to produce industrial alcohol, something in high demand during World War I. But people in the neighborhood had concerns. The tank had a history of leaking. Residents said it would drip so much that kids would collect the molasses in cans. Instead of fixing the problem properly, the company painted the tank brown to hide the leaks. Yeah, really. Then, just after lunchtime, everything changed. Without warning, the tank ruptured. It didn't crack slowly, it exploded. A massive wave of molasses, about 25 feet high, rushed through the streets at an estimated 35 miles per hour. Let that sink in for a second. That's faster than most people can sprint. Buildings were crushed, horses were swept away, people were knocked off their feet and trapped in the thick, sticky liquid. And molasses isn't like water. The more you struggle in it, the harder it is to move. In total, 21 people lost their lives. Over 150 were injured. Rescue efforts were incredibly difficult. Firefighters, police, and volunteers rushed in, but they found themselves wading through waist-deep molasses. Some victims couldn't be reached in time. And the disaster didn't end when the wave stopped. Cleanup took weeks. Molasses coated streets, buildings, and even the harbor. It was tracked into homes, trains, and workplaces across the city. For a long time, people claimed that on hot days, you could still smell molasses in Boston. So what actually caused this? Investigations later showed the tank was poorly designed and tested. It was filled too quickly, and the steel likely couldn't handle the pressure. Temperature changes may have also played a role, causing the contents to expand. In the end, it wasn't just an accident, it was a failure of safety and oversight. The company behind the tank faced a massive lawsuit. It became one of the first major class action lawsuits in U.S. history, and it helped lead to stricter building and safety regulations. So yeah, a wave of molasses sounds almost ridiculous, but for the people in Boston that day, it was very real and very deadly. What's the strangest historical event you've ever heard of? Drop it in the comments. I might cover it next.